If you're in a high street and there are cafes, some cafes may decide not to accept cash. You have a choice there. But there are lots of venues where you don't. So often a theatre will be the only theatre in a town. So if they decide to move to cashless, you don't have a choice to go somewhere else. You don't have a choice to go to a theatre, two doors down the road, down the street, to use that theatre, which you can do in certain places like cafes. And that's our real concern, is that the sort of places that people with a learning disability go to feel part of their communities, they're being excluded from those venues. So we spoke to some charities who run appointees for people with a learning disability, and they said that 10% of the people they work with will only use cash because they don't have access to any other type of banking account that will allow them credit or debit facilities to be able to pay for things by those cards. You've got 10% who have no choice. You then have a larger group of people who actually, even if they have access to a card, they don't use the card because the ability to budget with cash is vital to them, whether it's budgeting in terms of what they do for their day-to-day spending or actually understanding how money works for them. That access to cash is vital. So I think there's a bit of confusion, because whilst the campaign and lots of the language has been around people having access to cash, well, you can have access to cash, you can have free ATM access, but if you can't use that cash, having access to cash is pointless. So you have to have the ability to have the spaces where you can spend that cash.